it's Dwight. I'm back in my studio. I thought I would do a face-to-face appearance at the beginning of the video today. I want to go over the pour I'm going to do. I'm doing a do-over from the Blue Abyss that I did the other day, and I showed you in the previous video sort of how it came to fruition, how it messed up, and I think why. So today I'm doing another repurposed canvas. May not be the best choice, but I still want to practice this process. And this one's a little bit more level, and I tightened the back of it with a little bit of water and some heat. So I'm hoping that it works better. And I'm also using less paint today, just a little bit less so it doesn't pool as much. So let me go over the paints in the order that I'm going to be using them today. So I'm going to lay down a base coat. I don't know if I can show you. It's the blue. It's the Artist Loft Acrylic Flow blue. And then I'm going to lay down some white. Oops. Before I start, when I flip the camera over, I'll show you some of the consistencies of these paints. Then I have, Folk Art Navy Blue, so it's this nice dark blue. And I have, Artist Loft, I think it is, Metallic Cobalt. So it's that nice kind of cobalt blue. And then I have Peacock Pearl, I believe, with a little bit of ice blue and a little bit of pearl white. And that's all Deco Arts Metallics. And then, of course, my dump paint. I'm using a smaller cup today. That's just black, and it's Artist Loft Acrylic Flow Black. So that's the plan. I'm hoping to see you on the other side, and hold on, I've already primed and prepped the canvas, so now all I'm going to do is I am going to pour, and in just a moment I'll show you the consistencies. So we'll see you in a few minutes, guys. Hey guys, it's Dwight, I'm back. Okay, now I flipped the camera there and do my jazz hands for you. So I'm going to bring in one of the paints up here to show you the consistency. This is that multicolored Peacock Pearl with, see, it's just sort of like a half a mound maybe. It doesn't sink. Of course, the higher I go, it's gonna mound more or sink depending on the weight. But this is a good consistency, and all my paints are mixed with 1 part paint, 2 part Floetrol, a drizzle of Liquitex pouring medium, and water. Now, I've read, I follow some groups on Facebook, and I read a bunch of people's responses and stuff, and I sort of get the notion that people are sort of afraid to use water, or maybe not how much, don't know how much to use. So my suggestion is, thinning your paints is not a bad thing. If you're doing maybe a flip cup or a ring pour, even a ribbon pour, thicker paints are good for that because the color will hold better and it'll smooth over the canvas really nicely. So I'm just putting that out there. I like mine thinner. I have more of a chemical reaction, as you see with most of my paintings, like the dump and swirls and the puddle pour and swirls. So thinner works well. When I was doing pearl pours last fall, or even maybe last summer around this time, I was thinning my paints out a lot as well. So you're gonna have to play with it and see what works for you. And yeah, so guys, hold on. Everything's prepped. I'm just going to check my consistencies and we're gonna get started, and we'll see you in a few minutes. guys, I'm back. That was a chunk of time. I had some little things to do around the house. Yes, I like this. Now, okay, I'm gonna go back and tell you that I did pour over it. It just wasn't filling in. It just didn't seem, there's too much negative space for my taste. So I used the rest of the paint, and I added a little bit of copper that was from like last week or so. So I said, let's just get these paints out, see what happens. So I'm gonna move in a little bit and show you some of the detail. You know, just some really cool cells. A lot of reaction, you know, you can see the copper through here, and a lot of cells are multicolored. Of course, I love blue. I love blue. And yeah. So, you know, in my mind, it's got some movement to it, and I'll point out what I mean. You know, you can see sort of the move, it's hard to describe, but you can see sort of the movement, how it flares out. It looks like it's coming down. That's what I like about it. So, you know, you have this sort of like this impact in the middle, then you have all this off to the side that's been pushed out. So yeah, I think this one's a keeper. I think it should dry well, and I think I learned my lesson. It was using less paints. So when I poured back over this canvas, so this is a 24 by 30 canvas. It takes, I think, was it like 30 ounces of paint. So I was pretty much on target in the first pour. And I used a lot less on the second pour. I probably used, I would say, close to 20 ounces, if that. So thank gosh I had enough paint. The other thing about these are sometimes that you just need to really stretch it out and then you get a reaction. So my only thing that I would do differently is that I would have used more white between the layers. So I would have had more highlight up through here and around the side. So I'm glad I have that. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, guys, just a fun experiment, something new, something different. I don't know, actually, well, it's not really new and different, but it's sort of a new process. The cells aren't as distinct and crisp, and that's okay. I want texture and I want some composition. So that is my goal. And so I think moving forward, I'm going to continue to experiment sort of with this process and bring you along for the ride. Okay, guys, take care.